I met a gypsy.
What's your honest thoughts about Deegan's move in Moto 2 with all the politics aside, warranted or too much? So yeah, all right. I'll just give my take on it. I called Brian the other day and I said, I want to give you my opinion just in person so that it's not coming across like I'm being a dog that wouldn't just say this to your face. The Deegan's take on it, or like Hayden's take on it, right, is I'm going to do everything to win at all costs.
Or die trying.
And die trying, and none of you can stop me. Like, that's the attitude, right? And that is respectful to a point. Like, I like that that's the level that you're going to go to, because do you insert Kobe Bryant, insert Michael Jordan, like all of the best athletes in the world, insert Lance Armstrong. Like, the people that do great things in sport, they kind of have that attitude. And there's a million things that happen in their career that people don't like or agree with, but they end up being like the greatest of all time. And, like, that's kind of the thing that people remember. So I get that attitude, but it's the whole, like, none of you can do anything about it. Levi Kitchen enters the chat. Levi Kitchen
Did something about it.
could definitely do something about it. And I think that is the only hole in Deegan's theory about winning, because it's fine to think like that. And if we're honest, that worked for 5 out of 6 championships, because he has big dicked the entire 250 class for 3 years. No one's taken a shot at him. No one's talked back. The whole time he has just owned these dudes and walked all over them. If it's like the dog park, he's just the big dog that's running around doing whatever the fuck he wants. And all the other dogs don't like this big dog, but no one's going to do anything about it. And it worked. And he won, and he won, and he won, and he won, and he won. And then Levi said, hey, bro, fuck you. And that's all that pass was.
Yeah.
And do I agree or dislike whatever? Doesn't even matter, because Levi has a squeaky clean record, has never taken anyone out, and decided and I don't know if this was his exact thought, but he was able to just go, fuck this guy. Like, I don't care. And do any of the guys, do you think anyone was mad at Levi other than Haiden? Everyone else is just like,
Sweet.
yeah,
Fuck.
fuck.
Come eventually.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, that's the only, it's just a very live by the sword, die by the sword attitude that Haiden has. And it's like 5 championships, this approach worked perfectly. There was 1 championship where it didn't work out. That's like literally my take. So, and then as far as
The Joe stuff.
yeah, and so as far as like the race itself and him racing with Joe, it's kind of, at least for me, it's kind of like the promos of, it's like, this is McGregor throwing the dolly at Khabib.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's like you build up and you build up and you build up and you build up, and the sport and the media and everyone builds up. And by making it the points the way that they did, 1 round, it all comes down to this. This is going to be crazy. And then some crazy shit goes down and then everyone fucking loses it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know whether I definitely think it was too much, but I also think that you've got this kid that's like a psycho about winning, which we all love about him. and then you put him in this like unwinnable situation and then talk up how it's going to be the craziest race. And it's like, I think we got what we wanted, but then when we got it, we didn't want it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the thing about like Haiden just was like dead set. I'm not getting second. There's no way you will see me on a podium in a championship in second place, and like, kind of respect it in a way, you know. But I think it was. I don't think any of the shots at Jo were like gnarly. I don't think that there was any like fucking violent, hardcore clean out attempts. Do you reckon? Were any of them like gnarly? Am I missing something?
Not really. Jo kind of dumbed them all down.
Yeah.
He played it so good.
Yeah.
Because there was one corner before you go
bowl.
back into the drag strip. There's like a bowl corner.
Mm-hmm.
Jo's up here. Deegan's just beelined it for
Yeah,
Jo,
that one
and
was...
Jo's basically stopped and Deegan's just gone.
Yeah.
And it's like...
But I think that if Deegan wanted to really clean him out, or maybe,
He definitely wanted to.
Yeah, but I feel like he could have, though. I don't, or maybe you're right. Maybe Jo just played it to where he like couldn't.
Yeah.
But either way, right? So Haiden goes down and breaks his collarbone. That could have so easily gone the other way. And if it did go the other way and Jo lost the championship, Haiden won and Jo broke his collarbone, that would have been such a problem. Like, and I think in the moment, Haiden was cool with doing all of it, and like Haiden was on a mission. But I really genuinely think that if the roles got reversed and it was Jo with the broken collarbone, Haiden would have not been stoked. Yamaha would have not been stoked. Brian would have not. I think everyone, if that happened, it would have been like, fuck. Like that, we shouldn't have done that.
Yep.
So that's something that I think that it kind of worked out in the end. Jo won. The guy that was riding crazy in that way didn't win. Like it kind of like it worked out in a sense where like that worst case scenario didn't happen, because I really feel like if Jo got hurt, that would have been.
Which was a real possibility.
And that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And so I think that if you're Haiden, you got to be like, fuck, that probably was too far, because one of us got hurt. Luckily, it was him in a sense. And I think that going forward, he probably has to like race with that in mind. Like if the worst, because he broke Cody Shock's collarbone.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy, you know? And that was like last lap for like basically nothing.
For 9.
Yeah.
That was just like, fuck this, you know, pure frustration and anger. So yeah, I mean, I just think that it just could have been so much worse. And I don't think Haiden wanted that. I don't think Brian would have been stoked. I don't think any of those guys would have been stoked with it going the other way. And so it's probably should just be a lesson like, oh, okay. We can't, maybe that was too far. But yeah, I mean, then it just brings that whole format, you know, like they kind of got what they wanted. They wanted the craziest shit ever and they got it. And now we're all blowing up about it. And I think that, I was listening to JB and AC and they were like, oh, you know, the AMA was very clear on like the points and like the penalties and the probations. But so if Deegan takes out Jo DNFs, Deegan gets docked 5 points, still has the possibility to win the championship.
If Jo DNF, yeah, for sure.
So what's the point of probation? So like you've enforced a penalty
And then
that theoretically wouldn't matter. So I think that the way that they deal, like it's good that they're like trying to deal with things and like clear penalties, but obviously, and that would have been what they knew. Like they would have known, okay, we can we get a 5-point penalty, but if we clean Joe out, he DNFs, we can still get our 5-point penalty and win. So like, there's also some holes in that. So anyway, and the other thing is, if this happened in F1, MotoGP, like, you ain't even staying on the track.
No.
Like, there's zero chance. So yeah, I don't know. I think it was an exercise in learning a little bit more about the sport in a sense, and like figuring out like, oh, we probably got some work to do on just like this whole thing, because yeah, they wanted chaos, they got chaos, and then when they got chaos, they didn't want that much chaos.
Yeah.
Like, basically,
Where's the line?
yeah. So I think it kind of brings that into question. Got any more voice notes in there? Is that a balanced take? Is that a fair enough take?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if it was Joe that went down,
Hey Gypsy, Daniel Blair at Main Event Moto did a video about a month ago about why Haiden Deegan should line up at A1 on a 450. And he had a few good points. I think it's definitely the Deegan style to kind of jump in there and do the opposite of what everyone else is doing. Now he's cracked his collarbone. I don't know the likeliness of this, but I'd love to see it, especially if there's a new 450 deal already approved. What do you think of him jumping in early and doing Supercross? Do you think that's a good idea? Do you think that might get him injured for outdoors? Do you think he should wait? What's your thoughts?
what do you reckon?
Should wait.
Wait till outdoors.
Why?
Yeah.
One more championship.
But that kind of gains nothing though, eh? Honestly, fuck it. Let's put him in there.
Yeah, put him in.
Yeah, Griff.
Put him in there.
I mean, I'm not mad at it.
I don't think no one would be mad at it.
No, like, I think that you've done everything. You've done everything that there is to do in the 250 class. And I think he's going to be a beast on a 450.
Yep.
I think that to go back to the Joe thing, I think that this race probably sent the wrong message to some of the 450 boys about the way that they're going to race him. That's another thing that I think maybe he didn't.
Was that the case when Barsha moved up to 450s? Did people like race him differently or no?
What do you reckon?
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like people were definitely...
Was that like a thing because you were around when that was going on?
Not sure that I really remember that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know that... I think this is like a pretty clear case of a guy that's going to be like kind of put on notice in the 450 class, you know? Because if you think about it, like, Jet really didn't have a target on his back, you know? Like, I think people were just like expecting him to be good. But I think Jet got so much better on a 450. You know, like, he just got on a 450 and was like way better than he was on a 250. You know, like, if you think about how close Justin Cooper was to him at times or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, he was obviously clearly amazing, but he just went to like a completely different level on the 450. So I don't really think that, I don't know if I remember. Like, the last person I can remember where people were literally like, yeah, fuck this guy, like, we're going to smash this dude, was Alessi. Like, literally. That was a thing. Like, I remember Wyndham, Villeman, like, obviously Tedesco, but like all those guys were just like, yeah, we're not taking shit from this dude.
Yeah.
But I just think it sent it sent a bit of a message to those guys, the way that, or like what he's prepared to do to win. And I don't know that. I think the 450 boys, there's much more of like an
alliance.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
we good?
The 450 boys are tight.
Yeah.
Eli, Chase, Jet, Hunter.
Yeah.
Even J Coop.
Yeah,
They're
there's
all
a,
tight.
yeah, there's a lot of those boys
Cooper
that,
Webb, Ken Roxon.
Yeah.
They're like
yeah,
fellas.
yeah, 100%. So yeah, I think that that's going to be difficult. But yeah, I mean, if Deegan, I've said this from day one, the A1 where Haiden Deegan is on a 450 is the biggest race of all time. 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
That is the biggest Supercross race of all time. So is that in 25 or 26? Maybe.
26, 27.
Yeah, we are in 25.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
We are. Dude, it's getting away from me. I'm getting
A bit
old.
far ahead.
So yeah, if it's 26, massive. If it's 27, probably more massive because just more Deegan lore. And the other thing too, he's just the biggest name. Like by far, 100% brings the most attention, biggest name. Whether you love him, whether you hate him, this is always was going to be the case. It was always their plan. The TikToks this year, the SMX, the championships, the Metal Militia gear was on point. Like, this was the plan. They wanted him to be the biggest Supercross rider on the planet, and he is the biggest name. So all this has got everyone talking over and over, and he is what they wanted, you know, like they wanted the biggest dude, and he's him.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.